Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Previously, we have shared a few videos on how to apply for Singapore permanent resident. If you follow our channel, you likely can guess that both X and I myself are Malaysians. As foreigners, we decided to apply to become permanent resident and also considering to become citizen. So what are our thought process to take the steps? There are several factors to consider, and there are definitely gains and loss of becoming a PR or a citizen. First, employment work pass requirement. Foreigners who are working in Singapore must have a valid work pass before starting to work. There are many types of passes, can be categorized into passes for professionals, skills, and semi-skilled worker. The simplest way to get these work passes is apply a job to a company registered in Singapore, get the offer, and the company HR apply the work pass for you from the Ministry of Manpower. And in principle approval, IPA letter will be granted, and then you can get a valid work pass to start working in Singapore. If your family or spouse are PR or holding a work pass, they can also help you to apply for dependent pass, which allow you to work legally in Singapore. Singapore always welcome foreign talents if you have the skill sets in demand. Even just recently, the government introduced the new work pass, so-called the Overseas Networks and Expertise Pass, for top talents in all sectors who earn a monthly salary of at least 30,000 per month, or have outstanding achievements in areas of science and technology, arts and culture, research and academia, or sports. You could get this new work pass. In short, as long as you have the in-demand skill, you have an outstanding achievement, or consider yourself as talent, you are welcome to work in Singapore and contribute to the country. Getting a career with competitive salary shouldn't be an issue. Second job or part-time jobs. The only thing to take note is that all work pass holders must only work for their designated employers, meaning foreigners are not allowed to work for second job or part-time job. This is different for permanent resident and citizens. They can work several jobs or part-time as long as there is no conflict of interest with their current employer. That is okay. So this is the flexibility that PR and citizen got compared to foreigners with work pass. Central Provident Fund, CPF. Another difference is the CPF, which is a compulsory comprehensive savings and pension plan for working Singaporeans and PR. The purpose is to fund for retirement, healthcare, and housing needs in Singapore. Foreigners do not need to contribute to CPF. If you are PR or citizen, both yourself and your employers will have to contribute certain percentage of your gross monthly salary into the CPF. For PR, the employee and employer contribution rates are progressive. From the first year, employee contribution is just 5%, followed by 15% in the second year, and from third year onwards, it is 20%. For citizen, it is always 20% straight away as long as you are working. Some people like CPF and some people do not like this. Well, for foreigners, you can either think this is a pro because you do not need to contribute to the CPF, meaning you can get the full gross monthly salary, having more disposable income to spend or invest. Or this could be a con because you lose out the employer CPF contribution portion. Employers are required to top up 17% of the monthly salary into CPF account. For example, if your monthly salary is $5,000, for foreigners, the full $5,000 is your take-home pay. For PR after 2 years and citizen, 20% of the salary, which is $1,000, will be directly credited into your CPF. So your take-home pay is net of that, which is $4,000. Together with your employer contribution, which is 17% of the $5,000, equal to $850, you will receive a total of $1,850 in your CPF account. This amount will be separately divided into ordinary account, special account, and MediSave account in CPF for different purposes. Positively speaking, you get $5,850 from working despite having less disposable income. Further, the savings in CPF account are entitled to earn interest at 2.5% in the ordinary account and 4% in the special account and MediSave account. these are considered risk-free rate. Second, housing. Well, Singapore has limited land. Housing is pretty expensive. This country is populated and therefore the demand for housing is high. Foreigners, if you want to buy a house for residential purpose, you can only buy private properties and subjected to additional buyer's stamp duties of 30%. Local PR and citizens have the options to buy public housing, commonly known as HDB, Housing Development Board. Majority of the locals, around 80%, are staying in HDB because it is more affordable. Singapore citizens, the privilege is to apply for BTO, Build to Order, which are the new HDB to be built. The prices ranging from $300 up to $600 depending on the location, with a lot of subsidies and grants if your household income is way below than the income ceiling. BTO is new HDB flat, only for citizens. PR, you can buy resale HDB from the secondary market and subjected to 5% additional buyer stamp duties. The resale HDB price depends on the market supply and demand. HDB in matured location can ask for prices up to $1 million and above. Clearly, citizen has the advantage of getting subsidized housing from the government with no additional buyer stamp duty. PR are subjected to 5% ABSD, while foreigners are subjected to 30% of ABSD. In terms of tax, citizen has the most advantage, followed by PR and then foreigners. PR and citizens have access to buy public housing HDB. In comparison, the new HDB is definitely cheaper, while the common issue is the waiting period that it could take up to 5 years to get the new HDB to be done. Also, both new and resale HDB, the buyers are subjected to stay at the house itself with minimum occupancy period of 5 years. You cannot sell the house straight away or rent out the whole unit for 5 years, but you can apply to rent out some rooms. Not only this, HDB owners also subjected to the restriction to buy overseas properties. If you want to have second house in other country or buying for investment, this will be difficult. On the other hand, private housings are expensive in comparison. However, the advantage is not having the minimum occupancy period. For rich foreigners, if you don't mind paying the 30% tax, you can still buy the house in Singapore and then rent out the whole house for rental income. Of course, PR and citizens can also buy private housing with less ABSD or no ABSD and not subjected to the MOP or overseas housing restriction. Third, education fees. Personally, I can't comment much on the education fees as I don't have kids, but it is easy to check the fee estimate for students of different nationalities in Singapore. Singapore citizens are entitled to the lowest fee, followed by PR and then international students. Based on the Ministry of Education website, Singapore citizen students in government and government-aided school do not need to pay monthly school fees for primary school and pay only $5 and $6 per month for secondary school and pre-U respectively. Comparing primary school fee, citizens do not need to pay any fee, while PR is subjected to $230 monthly fee. Foreigners are subjected to $490 monthly fee for ASEAN nationality, and then for non-ASEAN nationality, foreigners have to pay $825 monthly fee. The difference is huge if we sum up the education fee for a kid studying for 6 years in primary school and then 6 years in secondary school and post-secondary school. Using the revised table as example, from primary school up to secondary school, the estimated school fee that a PR would need to pay is around $55,000. The non-ASEAN foreigners outside of the Southeast Asia countries may have to pay up to a total of $190. Also, consider the difficulty for expats to enroll their children into local schools. Only 5% of total student enrollment in national schools is made up of international students. The other option would be international school. Be prepared to pay anything from $15,000 to $30,000 annually. Okay, let's talk about working adults. For Singapore citizens aged 25 years and above, you are entitled to $500 SkillsFuture credits as an opening top-up. There was also one-off top-up in 2020 during the COVID year. So the government is really supportive and encouraging the locals to keep improving their skills. This is only given to local citizens, not to PR or foreigners. So you could make use of this and keep an eye whenever there is another top up for you to learn something new. Next important thing to note is that there is no dual citizenship allowed if you decide to become a Singapore citizen. So if your application is successful, you will have to renounce your citizenship of your home country. According to the Handy Passport Index in 2022, Singapore passport is ranked the second most powerful passport globally. The strongest is Japanese passport, which has a country access score of 193, while Singapore is just one score below. So if your home country passport is not that strong, having a Singapore passport is definitely a gain, as it provides more hassle-free entry to 192 countries. But renouncing your home country citizenship, meaning you are giving up all your rights as a citizen in your home country. So it is definitely important to relook the benefits that you are having now in terms of access to employment, housing and education in your home country. This video is purely for sharing purpose. There is no total gain or total loss in deciding to apply for PR or citizenship. It really depends on individual choice or your current rights in your home country and in Singapore later. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Appreciate if you could smash the like button, subscribe to our channel to support us to grow, comment below to share your views, or if you have any question, we will try to answer. Thank you so much and see you again in the next one.